Yeah, so basically, like this is like once I learned that I could buy some $5 and sell for 50,
Hmm.
my eyes were wide open.
Were you always like an entrepreneurial minded kid?
Always
It sounds like you were.
rewind, rewind a little bit. I used to be the kid that would do lemonade stand, sell baseball
Hmm.
cards. I would go around my neighborhood cutting grass, picking
Hmm.
up pine cone, stuff like that.
Yep.
Always,
Yep.
always like
That was me too, man. Shoveling snow. Like,
that. Right?
I used to make little magnets that would advertise my mowing business. I had a little crappy mower, and I go mow the old ladies' houses for $20. Like, I just heard it in there. I was like, it sounds like you've always had kind of that mindset of like, how can I get some money here? How can I do something?
Always, even in military school, I would sneak out. We have civilian clothes hidden in the trees, put them
Uh-huh.
on, sneak all the way through the woods, run 2 miles, get to a gas station, use my fake ID, buy. I didn't even smoke cigarettes or dip back then, but I bought a carton of cigarettes or can of dip. They would sell. I think we used to buy them for like $3 to $5 back then, and they would
Uh-huh.
sell for 35 to $50 for a pack of cigarettes in military school. I didn't even smoke, so I would just when I would get to go home on the weekends, not home, but to my friend's house in Atlanta, I would come home. I would have more money than the kid's mom had. Like, so I'd take everybody out. Like, I got straight cash. Like, God, we don't want to do like let's go hang out, let's go party. She would let us drive her car even without a license because she was like, these
This
persons
kid's
paying
got
for everything.
money.
Like it's all
Right,
good.
like- and so your trouble came from selling drugs.
Yeah,
Is
yeah,
that correct?
definitely. So after military school, I got out, went to a Catholic boarding school, and then after Catholic, which was kind of like not too much happened, just it just like was another boarding school with a religious, push behind it. Then I went to past school, high school, where I started full circle while like the first, middle school I went to, and I got in trouble there for going to spring break and driving back. We got pulled over with some alcohol in the car, and then the next day, instead of getting sent anywhere, I woke up with ankles with handcuffs on my ankles and a handcuff on my feet and ankles. I mean, I got escorted to the next facility on the border of Canada and New York in Ogdensburg, New York, to the Worldwide Association of Specialty Program School. It's called Academy at Ivy Ridge. That's where I graduated high school, actually. From there, I graduated early at 17, the same place I told you with Jason Phillipson. Basically the same story as Mexico. Same school, same program, same consequences, different location, same admin and everything too.
Crazy.
They basically transplanted the school because from Mexico to the one up there, up in the New York area.
Uh-huh.
So from there, once I finally graduated, I started college at 17 in South
Uh-huh.
Alabama. And by this time, I was smoking weed. I knew what it was, and I was in it. I was selling. And then once I started selling weed for a while, I got into doing obviously pills and then coke. And then once I started selling coke like properly, that's when I caught my charges. I was set up. It's called Maxent. It was a combination of the feds, the state, and the local government working together.
Wow.
They had full like operations sting team with me, camera, audio, video, and a controlled sale. And they caught me in that. They followed me for a couple months all around. They couldn't find anything else on me. So they eventually, I went to court September 11th actually, one day for a ticket to pay off. And when I was walking up the courthouse, they grabbed me and said, "Hey, you got to come with us." And from
Wow.
there is where my prison term and everything started. I did 22 months on house arrest, a year off and on in jail, 2.5 years, almost 2 years in prison, actually, a year or so in rehab, a couple of years of probation on both sides.
Uh-huh.
About 9 years of my life. This was in 2009, and I was convicted. Everything kind of ended. It finally EOS everything around 2012 or something like that. But
Uh-huh.
they started like in Alabama, and even as our justice system is, like you're not innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty
Until
until
proven
proven
innocent.
anything. If anything. So from day one,
Yeah.
you're doing time basically. You're doing time. You're doing punishments from day one. So.
Uh-huh. Do you think
Yeah,
that was your upbringing as far as like being in all these military academies and like being in this sketchy place in Mexico where it's basically